This tutorial will show you how to use a spreadsheet designed to qualify an applicant that is trying to rent an apartment on an affordable housing program. It consists of the combined household income and assets calculation worksheet, and it has also 4 income calculation worksheets. That means it will be for 4 applicants on a household. I'll show you first how to navigate in this spreadsheet. First, you will use these gold buttons to go to each one of the different applicants. Once you are there, you always have the top that takes you back to the combined household income, and then you can go to the following applicant or back, and also you can use the tabs, the Excel tabs at the bottom. You can move to here too. Okay, to start, the first thing you're going to do is fill out the gray cells or highlighted areas here. Type the household name. I just typed 1 there just to put 1, the apartment number, and the number of occupants. As you can see here, this is the maximum allowance for 5 occupants. If we put 2 and we enter that amount, as you can see, it will show you a different amount, which is for 2. I know that frequently, or not frequently, but once in a while, these numbers are changed. So there is a list here. You can see it. If there is any change in the program, this can be changed. Okay, once you change those, it will keep working the same way depending on the number of occupants. This is the only thing you're going to do for now. Once you do this, you have to go to the income calculation worksheet. Here is where you're going to be typing the names of each applicant. Let's say Juan again. Whatever last name, this is just for example's sake. The hourly salary, let's say, is $10 an hour. Always use the tab to move from gray cell to gray cell. If not, you're going to end up always going to the front of the first cell. 40 hours is the same. 52, you can change this. You can use 26 weeks if it is bi-weekly or whatever number you want to put in here. But as you can see, it gives you already the total based on the hourly salary. Now, overtime, you cannot do anything with the overtime. It's protected because it will multiply the hourly times 1.5, and this is what you will get here. If you have an amount here, like 5 hours a week, it will show here. If you have 0, it will show nothing. Or if you don't have anything on the 52 weeks, it will show 0 here. Bonuses, gas allowance, whatever you have, type it right here. If it is other income, and then you can say, let's say $100 and 52 weeks, and that person receives $5,200 bonuses, and you have the hourly, the overtime, $29,900. Now we're going to go to the year-to-date BOE, and we have the beginning period day, and we have the ending day. When you go over this cell, it will give you a message. If the person started to work at the beginning, or he's been working there for a few years or whatever, but you're going to count from the first day of the year, you have to type 10 instead of 11, 10. If the person started another date, let's say May 15th, then you put that date right here. Okay, so it has to be 10 for a person who's been working at that location for the whole year. And then the ending date, whatever they tell you on the year to date. That number here, or at least this here, will give you the chart or the table of the weeks. How many weeks is that? If you put the time here, let's say in the middle of the year, it will subtract it and it will give you the difference right here of how many weeks he's working. Okay, so now let's say he has a year to date based on the verification of $2,900. We enter that. See, because I did an enter, it took me down here. Okay, as I said again, you have to go tab, and it will take you to the next available cell to be filled out. As you can see, this comes automatically. This also is the calculation that it does, dividing this into the 52 weeks. And you put in here the weeks if it is not 52. That will be the year to date. Compared to this, you have that this is higher. So let's check. Let's go back to combined calculation and see what's happening here for now. As you can see, you have 29,900. You have the highest of the two calculations so far. And it tells you it's based on the BOE. And it gives me one name. Okay, I click this instead of the top, but anyway, this is for the example. You can see this is the highest of the two. And it's based on the BOE. Okay, now we go down here. I could type, but it would take a while. I don't want to have a long tutorial. You can have all the average regular hours and overtime and the gross pay that you will take from the paycheck stubs that you receive from the applicant. And it will automatically have the total hours. It will have everything here. You don't have to do anything except the week. You have to have the week. Okay, let's do one. Let's say 40 hours. We go top, and let's say the gross pay was $400. Okay, top again. Okay, so now you see I didn't do any of this. It did it automatically. You have 20,800 already here. If it has overtime, let's say overtime. Let's say he works overtime 5 hours a week. Okay, it did the 5 hours. Okay, calculated everything, and now you have 39,900. Okay, and you have 20,000 as the total from the paycheck stubs. The third calculation that you need to do is the year to date from the pay stub. Okay, that year to date, we have to do exactly the same as we did over here. The only thing is I don't have the note, but you have to do the same. If it's from the beginning, you have to put 10, and if there is a date in between, the same. Okay, let's do $50,000. Okay, it enters. See what happens, and then 52 weeks. That. Okay, so now we have a year to date from the pay stub. It doesn't make sense, but anyway, it's 49,900. So this is the highest of the three. As you can see, before this was not the year to date, was the one on the BOE. Okay, so what will happen if we go back to the combined income? We have 49,904. And because it's two people, we have 46 to 60 is the maximum allowance. So that means this person won't qualify. Now, there is something missing here, which is you have to get this drop box, and income type, this will be employment. That would be it. Now, if instead of employment, you have self-employment, then you go self-employment. You won't use any of these because the application, the income calculation worksheet doesn't apply on a self-employment. So you will have to just input the way you did the calculation, this 40, whatever way you use it, and you will have to type the amount. It will add over here. So if the other person has an income from employment, okay, then you put the other person and you go to number 2, and you will have the name of the other person and do exactly as we explained to you before. Okay, so that's basically the income part, and then the other part will be the assets. Because we don't use the worksheet, this is something that you will have to fill out, type it inside here, whatever you have to type depending on the information they need. Okay? So the other thing is here you apply a 2%, from what I understand, of the total here of the cash value. Let's say he has $1,000. So you have 1,000 times 2%, it already gives you 20. Okay, so this is basically the way you will use the qualification worksheet for an apartment complex with affordable housing.